Hey Aquarius, welcome to your first half of June reading. You're up pretty early this time around, so that will find you possibly last on the list for the end of the month for the second half. So I just want to let you know, welcome if you're new to the channel. I hope you'll consider joining us and subscribing. And for those who are returning, kind of interested to see what's going to happen after last week's reading. Wow. Or the last reading, whenever it was. Might not have been last week. It was a lot that threw me for a loop. And here we are again. This is a reading for the general collective of Aquarians, Sun and Rising. It may not resonate with everyone. If not, and you're here as the Sun sign, you can always check out the video that aligns with your rising sign. You can also watch the video for the Sun or Rising of your divine counterpart. Join in the fun, be a cross watcher. I get a lot of great information there. This is the energy oracle. I'm pulling one card for divine masculine, one for divine feminine. Wow, both come out in reverse. Interesting. And what I noticed right away is the broken heart card is in reverse for the feminine. That's good. And the masculine gets a goddess of the moon in reverse, card 52. So I'm going to look at both of these and I'm going to give you a little bit of a snapshot, and feel free to flip the energies around as I go through the reading if that helps it speak to your storyline. Just don't try to force it. That's all I say. So the goddess of the moon is about your intuition and going within. So this card reversed reveals blocked intuition, an inner disconnect, or a sense of living in the dark. You have a deep desire to know your purpose and truth, but they can feel very distant. This is a message of dissatisfaction. Where your inner life is concerned, it's possible that extreme worry and discontent are the obstacles to the inner peace and wisdom you seek. If so, you need to let that go and renew your faith in yourself and your eternal spirit. Get out of your own way and release the fear that's blocking the truth of your blessed eternal nature. Your soul, your higher self, knows you best, so allow stillness into your life. Listen to the stirring of your own intuitive voice and trust what you receive. This card feels like a combination almost of the Moon card and the High Priestess. I'm just feeling the intuition. I'm feeling the Moon card. I'm feeling the blockage. Things not being clear. An inner disconnect and a sense of being in the dark. So work on that. That's your advice for the first half of the month. Work on that. And it's not really a date or time specific reading, just so you know. If you stumble upon this later, much later after I've published it, it's not date or time specific. Feminine gets grief and loss, the broken heart, but it's in reverse. The broken heart reverse marks a time of renewal and hope. The pain and trauma are behind you now, and you can trust that greater joy is on the way. Whatever has happened to hurt you in the past, you're now free to move on. The universe has much better things in store for you. Woo, yay. So finish letting go of any residual grief and open your life to your new self-loving intention. Joyous connections will follow. Brilliant. Brilliant. I love that. Especially after the last reading, which was a lot. If you didn't watch it, you might want to watch that one. It found me speechless on more than one occasion. Okay, Whispers of Love. I'm pulling one card just for you, Aquarius, from the Whispers of Love Oracle. I like this deck. It's sweet. It gives warm, positive, uplifting messages. And that's what I want to offer you today. Okay, what's coming through for beautiful Aquarius? Please. Love is all around you. There is love everywhere, all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. Love is all around you. Gorgeous. Perfect message, and it is so. All right, let's see what's coming in for you here, Aquarius. Let's see what's coming in for you. The morning meditation, when I pull 3 cards for the signs that I'm going to read. 2 players from last time showed up. King of Swords and the High Priestess. So that felt oddly connected to the last reading. So we're going to see what comes through. Maybe it'll be connected, maybe it won't. Well, we got the Queen of Swords. Ten of Pentacles. Feminine showing up, ready for life partnership. This is abundance. It is all the things we work so hard to achieve and accomplish in our lifetime. But to me, in this kind of a reading, it represents the coming together of people who are working in harmony to build a life together. That's why I call it life partnership. But there is a lot of abundance here. Prosperity. There's everything. There's love, an abundance of love, an abundance of wealth, an abundance of health, an abundance of stability. Whatever it is that you want, it's kind of all wrapped up in this card. Queen of Swords has questions. Queen of Swords, truth seeker, truth teller. Notice her extended hand. This signals to me that the masculine, this is either the masculine showing up in the energy of the queen in terms of wanting a meeting of the minds, ready to communicate perhaps, which they were not so ready to do last time, or it can represent some kind of, when I clarify, we'll see if it's the feminine here. But either way, that is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarian card. So we already got the swords energy. So I'm just going to pull these and then I'll... Clarity steps in. Wow, look at all the swords here. Little Virgo energy. Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited for you. Yes. Okay. Oh my gosh. So I'm feeling there's earth energy over here in a significant way. 10 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What's that mean in the reading? If that energy isn't present in your natal chart or the natal chart of your divine counterpart, it just means that you're in a phase of very much working here in the 3D. There's now an effort and focus on what's right here, right now. For the feminine, I'm just going to jump to it because it's screaming at me. 10 of Pentacles and the Sun. Feminine showing up in the energy of life partnership. Like, let's get this show on the road, right? We're here, we've arrived, we're doing it. And then their experience and the connection is one of happiness and joy. And look at this little guy, you know, riding the horse out in the backyard, bare naked, happy as a jaybird. Or naked as a jaybird. Leave it to the old lady to screw up a pretty good saying. But there's that big brick wall behind him, that stone wall. And that always leads me to feel that the Sun card represents feeling protected in your vulnerability. It's true bliss. There's no worries. No one can hurt you. No one can get at you. It is just to me, it's the happiest card in the deck. It is a card of Leo, just for some of you that are interested in that. But I just feel that this feminine is feeling very protected, very safe, very happy, very grounded and stable. In the past, it has this King of Pentacles here is, to me, when I read for relationships, this represents the masculine archetype of life partner. So this is someone that is there for you, that you can count on and depend upon. So we'll see what that looks like when I clarify it. And then going forward, there is a reconciliation here, a reunion. And if I recall the last reading, there was separation, and that showed up a little bit this morning too. In fact, because that High Priestess stepped in, but the card after the High Priestess was that Knight of Wands, and that's somebody coming back from the past passionately. So I do feel I see reunion or reconciliation, forgiveness, second chances, whatever you want to call this card. I do see that in the future for this feminine. Right now, this masculine is literally on a mission of truth. And that came out in the Gemini reading too. I will just say that. So there's some feeling here that there may be a connection. But definitely in the energy of the Queen of Swords, I got a truth to tell and I've got a truth to find out. And will you meet me halfway? A meeting of the minds, honesty, integrity, character, right? But she's also got the Cups energy, the Queen of Swords, right? She's got some empathy and compassion. So I like that this card shows up instead of the King. It feels to me like this masculine has softened just enough. And yet their experience right now is they're in a rush to tell it. They're in a rush to uphold this truth or to get to that truth. This is a card of action. And it feels like they had a moment of like a lightning bolt to the brain, out of the blue, clarity, insight, wisdom. It came on them suddenly. This is the Ace of Swords, divine gift here of the clarity, of the insight, the aha moment, I like to call it. And then now they're on the path now they want to deliver the message. And who are they going to deliver it to? Someone who's very independent, very much on their own. We shall see. I'm feeling like there's been a major shift from the last reading. They might not be connected, but there are certain things that are showing up that feel connected on some level. For some of you, maybe not all of you. Queen of Swords, please. Yeah. There's your King of Pentacles. Masculine, yeah, says, yeah, let's talk about this life partnership thing. Let's talk about, how we are in the here and now in terms of our relationship. This King of Pentacles is grounded and stable and dependable and responsible and reliable. They show up for you. They have your back. They're there every day. This is really good energy. And it's interesting to me that this masculine is kind of, it feels like a more inquisitive energy. Like, I got questions about this. I'm curious about this. And I just might want to go all in. Leap of faith. That's a major shift. Wow. So show me this Ace of Swords. What came in? What clarity was received? Show me what this Ace of Swords is about, please. Magician. Virgo, Gemini energy. This is that moment when the masculine says, wait a minute. I got all the tools I need to manifest what I want. And the only thing that's holding this that was holding them back is their regrets of the past. That is what was holding them back. So I feel almost like this energy of manifesting, putting their attention to that like to release it, to get the clarity around it so that it could be released. That's pretty powerful. Surrounding who? Yeah, divine feminine. So there were regrets of the past. Whatever went sideways here, it was pretty significant because the masculine was completely shut down in the last reading. I feel some insight came in. There was a moment, a divine moment of clarity this masculine received pretty recently, I would say, that showed them how they've got all the tools they need to move past that. to get past that pain of the past, the regrets of the past, the loss of the past regarding this feminine. And you have to understand that right behind this guy, you know, who's focused on the 3 cups that are turned over, there's a 2 of cups. That's the soulmate card. Right behind him. Turn around, turn around. Like, I always want to yell, turn around, so that the masculine can take their attention off what's lost and see what's still possible. See what they can salvage with this feminine. So when I pull from under the deck, for those who are new, it's just the unconscious energy. It's bubbling up under the surface for the person I'm reading for, but it's not quite in their conscious awareness. I do feel, however, that that's not... I feel like I feel it is in this masculine's awareness. I just feel it's motivating their behavior. It's motivating the behavior to move forward in truth and integrity. Speak your truth, tell your truth, get the truth, whatever it is this masculine needs. There's a lot of truth coming in, clarity coming in. All on a level that this masculine can deal with. It's not all emotions. It's real. It's their thinking and their communication. It's all starting to flow. Maybe not. Okay, there's that Queen of Swords again. So there's a block. There's something, they're ready to move forward. They're ready to take action with regard to their truth, their character, and their integrity. This is their moment of truth. It's a victory card as well, this Knight of Swords. Here's the problem. Sometimes the Knight of Swords gets out over their skis. You know, things roll off the tongue a little too quickly. Sometimes not always well thought out. Sometimes there's an absence of emotion, right? Because Knight of Swords is all that mental realm. So what we have here is the masculine going within, doing a little bit of an inner search for the clarity, for the right way to approach it. Now we know they have the impetus. They're ready to take the action, but they pull back, and this is a little bit of blocked energy. It's a little bit of blocked energy because it's about an inner search for the purpose and the meaning of what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. So that feels better to me. It feels like the Knight pulls back on the reins a little bit, but then we have the conflict card. That's an external block. That's something from the outside coming in and blocking this forward motion for this masculine. And what's underneath? Queen of Swords. I feel like it's possible that this masculine feels if this Queen of Swords is the feminine, then the masculine feels blocked by that energy, unsure of how to proceed, and therefore perceiving that as a block. That's why I'm blocked. There could be conflict between the two that needs to be resolved. I kind of thought this was the masculine showing up in the energy of the Queen of Swords, but it's possible that it is the feminine. It is also possible that the masculine may just be the one that's, feeling blocked, period, the end. It's just coming from within. Maybe because they don't know how to communicate it. I can see it going either way. If you are here, Aquarius, as a feminine, then that's you. If you're here, Aquarius, as the masculine, I think it's you. Does that make sense? I know that kind of sounds backwards, but the reason why I say it is because this first card is usually how the person is showing up in how they're showing up in the reading. I'm sorry, how they're showing up in the reading. And when you're showing up as the Queen of Swords, you're showing up with the same energy of the King of Swords from last time, but with the emotions. So I almost feel like it's possible if you're here as the masculine Aquarian that what's motivating you is a desire to have a meeting of the minds, but that's what's blocked. There's a block. You're trying to think it through. So please feel free to flip it around. Just, that's why I said both ways. We also have Aquarian energy in that Fool. And I did say the Magician is Virgo, Gemini, and the Empress is Libra and Taurus. 9 of Pentacles. Wow, look what jumped out. The 9 of Pentacles is a single person. They're they're attractive, but they're also an attractor. They attract to them what they desire. But this is definitely independence, someone that's making their own way in the world. It usually represents a single person and almost always a single woman. But we're in 2020, so I got to give a little latitude to that. I feel going forward, this masculine is still working on that intuition, right? That goddess of the moon, when it was in reverse, is some blockage with regard to their intuition. So I almost feel like this masculine stays either on their own as they work to connect to their higher self and really get the flow with their intuition, or they're just waiting for the opening with this feminine. If this 9 of Pentacles represents the feminine as a single person, which it can. I leave that to you to decide. Oh. Feminine, 10 of Pentacles, please. Very positive energy for the feminine here. All right, so the feminine sees this as moving slowly, slowly moving toward this life partnership, something reliable and abundant and grounded, and they're taking their time. Maybe they don't like that it's taking time, but oh no, to them, it's worth the wait. King of Cups energy. Yeah, to this feminine, the masculine here is showing up as King of Cups. That's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but that's not what's important. What's important is that they're emotionally available. They're emotionally available. They're leading from their heart. This is compassion, sensitivity. It is a little vulnerability too. It's showing that soft, sensitive side. And I feel like the feminine is allowing things to roll out more methodically in the direction of this King of Cups. Or moving towards someone who is emotionally available. Let me just say that. King of Pentacles. This King of Pentacles here, which I feel is that masculine archetype of life partner, this feminine perceives as the past life soulmate. 6 of Cups. Past life soulmate. Can be somebody from your past, your youth, can be college, depending on how old you are. Or it can be a past life, like from a past life. That's part of the twin flame saga and journey. Laying down a burden here. So there was a burdensome chapter. That chapter's now over, and I felt that over here too. Some enlightenment came in, some wisdom, and a manifestation with regard to the feminine, and kind of moving past the regrets. What didn't go right? Underneath, Ace of Cups. That's the love of a lifetime card. It can represent new love, brand new love. You know what? Let me move on to the Sun. Yeah. And there's your moon. There's some moon energy there. So I definitely feel that the feminine feels lighter energy, is happier in general, but is really delaying gratification. The energy of the Hanged Man, to me, it's good. It's smart. It's also intuitive. It's also a card of a spiritual connection. It's another Pisces card. The High Priestess and the Hanged Man are both Pisces. But what I like about it here, dear feminine, is it shows a willingness to delay gratification while you're waiting for all the enlightenment, while you're waiting for that sign. Like it's that card, show me a sign. I'm just going to stay right here. I'm just hanging on this post until you show me a sign. And what's that about? Waiting for the enlightenment before the wish fulfillment. This is more happy energy. This is joyful energy. So I do feel like this feminine is, with the Hanged Man and that Knight of Pentacles, is really slowing their roll and letting this unfold in a slower, more moderate, more deliberate manner. There's no rush here, is what I have to say. And there is some fear. The moon coming from underneath tells me that while this feminine may have let go of the burden, whatever that was about, and we saw some of that last time, is feeling the lightness of the connection, the happiness is coming back in, and they're delaying gratification, and maybe that slowness and not having things move faster is triggering some fear and insecurity. Is this going to work? Do I know everything I need to know? Is this all just an illusion, or is it really real? I mean, I see so many pentacles here. I believe it's real, but I don't know that this feminine is convinced of that. And that's just underneath. So it's outside of conscious awareness, but it leads me to believe the feminine's a little unsure still. But genuinely optimistic. Judgment card in the future. Yeah. Now we got reconciliation with that King of Swords. Reunion with the King of Swords. So I feel the feminine gets there a little quicker than the masculine. The masculine is remaining independent, is not playing the field, is not seeing, you know what I mean, not entertaining anybody else. Really working on the intuition, which is good. That's coming up in the future for the masculine. But the feminine is going to be wide open for reunion, reconciliation, forgiveness, second chances. And for the masculine, I think they would be very open to it. King of Pentacles and the Fool. Wow. So I do still feel, I'm going to go back to my original, I do feel this Queen of Swords is the masculine. I just feel that that's the energy they're in. They've just dropped into their heart chakra enough. They've dropped into that space. Okay. Aquarius. I know. And look what's on the bottom of the deck. Now I got to see the rest of the story. So this story is unfolding. That's what I said last time. The story is beginning to unfold. I'm starting to see things happen. I'm going to take this to the extended now and pull 3 cards for the 2 of you. I want to look at that. That will be shared energy instead of having you separated. I do want to deliver a message to this feminine from the masculine. What is the masculine not saying, especially since we see that High Priestess here, but are trying to communicate? What is the feminine not saying to the masculine, but trying to communicate? I will pick a card, Aquarius, from your higher self, spirit, the universe. That can come through as clarification, confirmation, general advice, and sometimes a warning. Right? Buyer beware. And then we'll take a look at how things are going to roll out going forward and in what potential time frames. So if this is your storyline, the link to the extended is below. I'll see you there in a couple seconds. Otherwise, have a wonderful next week or so, and I'll see you on the next reading. Bye.